Hello, my friends. This guy, he has been given several chances in the court system, and he's going to go before a judge and passionately plead his case for yet another chance. And then while he's in jail, he's going to make a phone call and I guess forget that jail phone calls are recorded. So let's just watch how this guy becomes his own worst enemy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. All right, so just to set this up real quick, just so you know what we're dealing with, he was arrested and sentenced on some felonies, and then he got probation rather than go to prison. Well, then he violated his probation by using, and so now he's in front of the judge to try to convince him that it was a mistake, it was a one-time thing, that he shouldn't be sent to prison, he should be able to stay on probation. So let's just see how he does.
Yes, in speaking with Mr. Adams, in addition to what we already spoke about in treatment team, I do think that there's been a lot of mitigating factors that Mr. Adams is just coming to realize have kind of contributed to his recent relapses. He is committed to recovery. He understands. I've discussed with him the recommendations that we discussed in treatment team, as well as the prosecution's side of things.
And by the way, this is about a week before the jail call.
I do know that he has both his mother here and his girlfriend in support of him. They would like to speak on his behalf as well.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm Elijah's mother. I just wanted to thank you for all the programs and the help that you've given him. I appreciate that so much. He's been doing so good with, being at home and doing things and working, going to his classes, going to...
Tell him the truth, Mom.
What?
About you and Dad and just everything that has been leading up to what I've been doing and what's been going on. Just tell him.
You.
It's your first-hand experience.
Yeah. It's been
Look,
a little... Yeah.
She's not going to say it because it hurts her so bad.
Notice that the first thing he does is launch into a sob story, right? Mom, just tell him the truth. I'll say it because it hurts her so bad, And it's clear he's just trying to get sympathy at this point. I understand addiction better than you might think. And until you are ready, like really, really ready to turn your life around and to make that change, you will do and say whatever it takes to get your next fix. And for him right now, all he wants is for this to be over with so that he can move on to using again. And he has decided that the best way to do that is to get the judge to feel sorry for him. But when we get to the phone call, you will see that he doesn't mean any of this. This is all for show.
My dad lunged at my mom the other night. Me and him got into a full-blown fist fight. Okay, it led me to use him. Because I don't know what to do. I'm stuck there on house arrest. I can't go anywhere. Like, it's fucked up. And I gotta watch it happen. I have to watch it happen. I can't do nothing about it. She has nowhere to go. She can't escape it. My dad won't go anywhere. I have tried to force him out of this house and he will not leave. And I'm stuck there in the middle of mediating all of it. It's none of my business. It's their business. But I'm not going to let it happen in front of me. I'm not.
So he's not only going for the sympathy card, but he's also going for the hero card. I'm forced to be a hero, like every day. So of course I'm going to use. It's so stressful being the hero all the time. That's the only reason I'm using. And honestly, I don't doubt that his life is difficult, and it's probably always been difficult. But this is not going to make it any better. In fact, all he keeps doing is making it worse for himself constantly. But also, you'll notice that the mom and the lawyer and the girlfriend are all trying to convince the judge that he won't do it again. And all he's going to do is just make excuses as to why he's still doing it.
There's been a lot of pressure.
It has. It's been a lot of pressure. The pressure from this, the pressure from their relationship, the pressure from work and everything, and me trying to take care of it all. My dad doesn't take care of my mom. I take care of my mom. I buy her cigarettes. I pay for her food. I do all that because my dad's a fucking piece of shit. What? What?
No,
Am I lying?
It's cussing.
Am I lying?
No.
I think she just wants you to watch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm hurt. I'm
You're
hurt.
languishing.
So most of us understand that if we go into a courtroom, we want to try to impress the judge or the jury or whatever. And I think that's what he thinks he's doing. But because of where he's come from and just his life, in his mind, the best way to impress somebody, anybody, is to be Mr. Tough Guy. So using that kind of language in the courtroom to him is probably impressing the judge, making him think, wow, this guy's cool. He didn't take any shit from his dad. But most people with common sense understand that the best way to impress a judge is to appear, at least, calm and collected and like you have some self-control. But he just doesn't get that.
And I know that it was my fault. I ingested the drugs. I took the drugs after all that. But I'm just kind of explaining my side of the story. Like, it's been fucking tough. I come in here with a smile on my face and act like nothing's wrong because I don't want nothing to fall back on them.
And notice he's not actually taking responsibility. He's saying, I ingested them, but it's because of all these other things. And again, playing the hero card, everything he does is for everybody else. But remember, all of this is just to explain why he keeps using.
It's obviously all on me. Like, the place where I need to be is there, but it's in Kentucky and I can't be there.
Yeah, he's got a home in Kentucky, but his job's in Kentucky.
So obviously he lied and actually did the drugs, which is disgusting to me because we have a 16-year-old daughter.
I understand.
But to you, he is trying. He really is. He is a good guy. He takes care of a child that's not his own. He goes to work. He goes to classes. And he has broken down to me so many times over the pressure. It would be best if he came to Kentucky because I can offer a stable home, a loving environment, and it's not all this. This is unnecessary, just unnecessary completely, what his dad does. I tried to get him transferred, but I don't think he actually tried.
Can I go over here, please?
No, stand up and take it like a man.
Okay, just go ahead, man.
But I tried to get him transferred to Kentucky. They won't let him. So that's out of my hands. But I know when he's able to come to our house, then he can do better. And he does do better. And I hold him to a higher standard than this court will ever hold him to.
All right, so when he makes the phone call in about a week, he will be talking to a woman, but it's not her, from what I can tell. So honestly, I feel pretty bad for her because I think he has her fooled. I think she really wants to see the best in him, and she probably wants to help. And another thing that addicts are really good at is convincing you that they're trying while they're sneaking behind your back to get their fix and do whatever they want. So honestly, I don't doubt that she would hold him to a higher standard. But it doesn't matter how hard she works, how much she tries, or how perfectly she sets up the environment. Nothing is going to work, nothing is going to matter until he's ready to make the change. And it becomes very clear in just a minute that he doesn't care.
I expect excellence every single day. I'm a single mom. I've been doing it for 16 years by myself, and I make the world happen. Just give him a chance, please. That's all I'm
Are you assuming he's had no chances?
Yeah, the judge has heard all this before, so whatever tiny inclination he might have had towards giving him another chance is going to go directly into the toilet whenever he hears the phone call. And we are getting very close. The girlfriend has just a couple more things I wanted you to hear, and then we'll get into the call.
Another chance. Another chance. We had enough. This court case stems from 2009, and he's messed up and messed up and messed up. But I think he's finally getting it. He has never had the amount of accountability that I hold him to.
All right, so remember, that hearing was so that he could try to convince the judge to not send him to prison, just to keep him on probation. All right? And then they were going to come back a week later so that the judge can decide whether or not to listen to his arguments, basically. And so the second hearing is when the state plays the phone call that happened in between the two hearings. So he was pleading his case. He makes this stupid phone call, and then here we are again. And they're going to make it very easy for the judge to decide what to do with this guy at this point.
Is there a statement from the state of Ohio?
Yes, Your Honor. You know, regarding Mr. Adams' situation, I think it's instructive to start just looking at the docket with the fact that he has case numbers from 21, 22, and 23 probation for. So he's already proven that while he's on probation, he will continue to commit felony offenses. And I believe in each one of those, this is not his first probation violation. So he has also shown that he is not willing, even while on community control, to comply his behavior with the law. So, Your Honor, looking at his history, his criminal history, his history on probation, his history of offenses in this court, and I'm also aware of the reason why we're getting ready to set up this the video system here and look at some information.
He's talking about the call.
I think all of that together is indicative of the fact that Mr. Adams is not someone that really has any desire. I mean, he'll tell you, I'm sure you're going to hear today that, boy, he wants help and he's really going to change his life and he's going to turn it around and all that good stuff. But in reality, he has shown you through his actions over and over again that he is not going to. And Judge, we taught us before in other cases, there are a finite amount of resources that a court has to try and help people. And when people show you they're not wanting help, then I think this court needs to take that at face value and act upon that.
So he makes a good point. And I read a lot of comments that were basically like, why are we giving people so many chances? We need to just lock them up, that kind of thing. And I get that because there are some people that just need a little help, but there are a lot of people like this, especially once you get to this point, where they will just string everyone along and lie and just pretend like they're trying, and they never have any intention of actually changing anything. Now, is prison going to help with that? Probably not. Not for most people. Every once in a while, somebody will see the light while they're in prison, but usually prison makes people worse, you know? But what he says makes all the sense in the world when you're talking about someone like this who has had chance after chance after chance. He has clearly shown he is not willing to change.
So it's a state's position that Mr. Adams should be sentenced to prison. He has 3 separate cases, as we talked about. The 21 case and the 23 case are felonies of the 4th degree. The 22 case is 3 felonies of the 5th degree. The state's position would be that he should be sentenced to a term of imprisonment on the F4s to 18 months, the F5 to 12 months, and run 2 of the F4s consecutive with credit for time served that he's got.
So what I gathered from that is that he's looking at like 4-ish years of prison time, minus his time served. So, I mean, it's not nothing.
Okay, thank you. Are we going to be able to play those jail calls?
Sure.
For sure. And it made her fucking day to arrest me.
Yeah, I know.
Notice his head is all the way down. He does not want to see this.
She probably made herself a little plaque and
She
shit.
probably did, like, yes, another one down.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that bitch. When they told me that she was my new officer, I was like, no.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Dora would have been better, but she's just as fucking two-faced. You know, you have a warrant. I was like, I just got out of prison 2 months ago and haven't had any contact with any of you cocksuckers.
Right.
And he's like, dude, I don't know. It's been saying that it's been active since March, and I got out in September. Like, what?
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
The
That
only
happened to me,
place I've
but
ever heard of.
All right, so far, it's not too bad other than just, his attitude. It's very just kind of disrespectful, that kind of thing, but it gets worse.
Montgomery County did that to me. Like, I got out of the Monday program. They let me out with warrants.
See, that's crazy. That was what I got released from the Monday. Well, I got terminated from the Monday.
For what? What'd you do?
I got into a fight, and I was like peer mentor liaison and like head of laundry and all kinds of shit. And I was cooking so much hooch in the laundry room.
All right, so a couple things there. Somebody who's taking recovery seriously is probably not laughing and bragging about making hooch and probably continuing to make hooch. And if for whatever reason you don't know what hooch is, it's basically alcohol that you make in prison, usually in the toilet. And also notice the guy in the background, as soon as he says hooch, he turns around, he's like, bro, what are you doing? Because I'm pretty sure talking about that could get them all in trouble.
That it was insane. I had like 50 pounds of
That's funny.
cooking under the dryers. Yeah, and I beat this dude up, and he wrote a statement on me about all the hooch I had cooking.
I'm reckless when I'm getting
So
high.
am I. I don't give a fuck.
No,
You better
about
get out
nothing.
of the way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want me to care about you, just get the fuck out of the way and deal with me later on in life. Because if you fuck with me right now, it's all that.
Yep. Both of us are getting up in a bad way. I get it. I've been clean for a minute though.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Like I learned you don't fuck with Warren County at all.
No,
don't do it. You're gonna get caught.
Cut 2 of them off.
All right, so right here he says, I cut 2 of them off, and he's talking about his ankle monitors. So just keep that in mind as he keeps talking.
For them. So I'm surprised that they even give them to me anymore.
It's a money thing.
Yeah. Well, look, the first one that I cut off, they didn't get back until after I got out of prison. So they charged me like $3,700 for this thing.
Yeah.
I turn it in, it works and everything, they still charge me for it. So I cut the next one off and left it in a Kroger's bag at the courthouse. I took it and dropped it off at the door.
I cut mine off and I left it on my front porch.
Yeah, I just dropped it off at the courthouse. I was like, fuck you guys, you getting your shit back this time? I don't even give a fuck. And, because I was making payroll checks. Yeah, and I was making bank off of it. It was crazy, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I got caught with one $800 check. Yeah.
That sucks.
But they terminated everything. They're like, yeah, you got bigger fish to fry in Warren County. We're just gonna fucking. I was like, okay, well. Hell yeah.
And then you found out what Warren County was all about.
Right. Listen, I literally have spent thousands of dollars at the fucking casino and then disputed the transactions on the card.
Is that it?
So yeah, that is not a great look for somebody who's trying to convince the judge that he's taking all of this seriously, right? Like, he's bragging about beating people up, making a hooch, forging checks, defrauding casinos. He's even bragging about cutting off his ankle monitors on a recorded line from the jail. And I mean, as dumb as he is for doing that, the girl he was talking to is not much better. You would think one of them at some point would think, maybe we shouldn't talk like this on a recorded line when you're trying to get probation, when you're trying to stay out of prison. But no, they just keep talking like they're not on a recorded line from jail. That's so stupid. But the best part is the lawyer had not heard this yet. This is the first time she's hearing this. She's going to say that in a second. So, you know, while she's watching it the whole time, she's just like, oh my God, what is he doing? She's going to have to go through her entire bag of tricks to get through this one.
Anything on behalf of Mr. Adams?
Well, Your Honor, I mean, this is the first time, obviously, I've seen these videos. I did discuss with Mr. Adams briefly about what was going to be in these videos. He acknowledges that everything in that video that he discusses, you know, was past him. That was particularly the incident at CCC was 5 years ago.
Yeah, all these things are in his past, but he's bragging and laughing about them, you know? Like, if he was sitting there saying, I sure wish I hadn't defrauded those casinos, I sure wish I hadn't, you know, made all that hooch and beat that guy up, then that could be an argument. But no, he's sitting there bragging about it. So it's a good try.
And he believes he's changed since then. I do think he's committed more to this program probably than he's committed to anything in the past. If he didn't want to be here, he probably would have already run and cut off a monitor like he did with Officer Fisher back in the day. He understands that, you know, he's been here on a lot of violations. I think he is just now realizing how much his outside life has impacted his recovery, as instanced by the last time we were here on this probation violation. His mom speaking, his girlfriend speaking. I think he's finally seeing the results of everything he's done thus far.
Good thing she wasn't here today.
Yes, Your Honor.
You hear that? He said, good thing she wasn't here today, talking about his girlfriend, because, yeah, that would be pretty embarrassing.
Yes.
I'm more concerned about the attitude toward recovery and whether or not it's being taken seriously. and accepting responsibility instead of blaming it all on someone who is supervising him.
I agree, Your Honor. I have had conversations with probation today about the impact of what they kind of thought, but whatever this court determines is going to be the best course for Mr. Adams as far as recovery, he's going to comply with. Obviously, he has people that he needs to support, and that's his primary concern, but that's kind of where he's at. He is committed to this. Otherwise, like I said, I don't think he would be here. I think he would have said, just give me prison time, which is obviously an option of this court, but I don't think that that's what he wants to do.
Well, I mean, we should definitely consider what he wants to do. You know, at this point, that's very important.
Anything you want to say?
Nothing other than I do want to apologize just for the disrespect in those videos. Everything that we were talking about was in the past. I wasn't like boasting about cooking hooch.
Okay.
She asked me how I got terminated. Me and the guy that I got in a fight with were making hooch in the laundry room. None of it even turned out to be any alcohol or anyways, but yeah, it did seem like I was bragging about that. I'm not. I don't have that same mentality. I don't have the same idea of wanting to go to a treatment center to just fuck it up again. When she arrested me in her office, my first thing was said, send me to prison. And then I thought, because that's not what I want. That's not going to be the best route for me. Recovery is going to be the best route. I go to prison, I'm going to get out, I'm going to do the same shit I was doing. In my eyes, that's how I feel. Obviously, it's up to you guys, but... and he made a very solid point. I've said it 1,000 times, and I keep fucking up.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I know that this is my final chance, if you give me one. I do understand that, and I do not plan to throw it back in your face and make you look stupid.
Yeah, I don't even know really what to say about that. It was just so bad. He's still cursing in court, and if this was the first time, then some of that probably would have made sense. But he's done this so many times that nobody's going to believe anything he says at this point, especially after seeing that video where he doesn't give a shit about any of this. And again, kudos to the lawyer for trying. You know, I think she did the best with what she was given. I think my favorite part is when she kept saying, this time, I really think he gets it. But dude, this guy he's so far gone at this point. Like, he had no chance. So let's see what the judge says. Do you think he got probation? Let's see.
The question is, are you amenable to community control? Is it worth what we've been going through to try and get you to put forth the effort? And the answer is no.
Got him!
So I'm revoking community control. We're totally done with him. He's done with us. I'm sure he'll feel much better about it than we do because it'll be done. The file will be closed. And that's for all 3 cases. I hope you do make up your mind that this isn't the life you want, but you can do the program at the jail. You know, your family deserves better, you deserve better, and wish you the best. That's all.
Your Honor, will it be an unsuccessful termination?
Yes.
So that was it. And the judge was like, no, you're obviously not putting any effort into this. And then with the phone call, it was so obvious that he didn't care. And you usually sort of assume that when you see somebody like this that's been through so many times. But that phone call just shows that somebody can be putting on a good show and really convincing everyone that they're trying when they are obviously not. So I just thought this was funny and interesting, and I do hope that he does better. You know, we found out that he has a 16-year-old daughter, so hopefully he finally gets to the point where he is ready to make a change, not for anyone else, but for himself. Because, like I said, until you get to the point where you are really ready to make a change, nothing's ever gonna get better. So here's hoping that he figures it out and gets on the right path But for now, he's going to spend some time in prison, and hopefully if he makes a phone call, he'll remember that he's always being recorded. Anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.